Hello! So, this is going to be today's stream. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody. I'll mention that right from the beginning. While I've got my cup of tea still boiling hot, I'll wear the gas mask. When my tea is cool enough to drink, I will take the mask off for obvious reasons. So I've got the Czech M10M on today, and a Czechoslovakian or a Czech Republic sort of cap. This is the M10M because it's got the speech diaphragm with the drinking tube, not just the speech diaphragm. I actually quite like this mask, although I hate it. I know that sounds weird, but this is a well-made mask in the sense of what it is, but it's a cheek filter mask. But the rubber quality and the straps and everything are really nice. Right, thank you. What have we got? 11 likes so far, 24 viewers, so get those up. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well today. My ulcerative colitis hasn't been too bad today. So, what we're going to do... How's the voice diaphragm on this? I have a feeling the voice diaphragm on this is fairly good, even if the, you know, it's a cheek filter mask. Yeah, it looks cool, just sadly it's a bit of a flawed design, you know, because it's an M17 clone, so it looks cool, it's just, in practicality, not very good, because it's a cheek filter mask. Alright, that's good to know. Probably the T72 is my favourite tank. Yeah, I've done Fiat Man, I've done loads of videos on affordable masks. Check the videos out, and I've got recommendations for different price ranges, but bear in mind the surplus market changes all the time, price-wise. That's good, Aaron, that you can hear me so well. Right, we're up to 22 likes now, so that's good, thank you. Because as I said, the more people that seem to like these streams, especially initially, the more they seem to get shared. So, if I can manage it, I'll be streaming for 2 hours tonight. I might not last that long. I'm certainly not going to be streaming for that long with a gas mask on. But, you know, we'll see. No, Beeben, I'm not a fan of the M10, as I've ranted about before. The main problem with this mask is obviously it's a cheek filter mask, so with it being a cheek filter mask, you can't change the filters in use, and it's a real pain in the ass to put the filters in this mask initially, but it's not a mask that's too uncomfortable, really. You know, if you're dressing up in a mask, these are fairly cheap and they look cool. This also has my favourite gas mask satchel of all time. The M10M satchel is pretty amazing. I've just realised the video is lagging really far behind again, even though I've set it to low latency, which is annoying. But, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop viewing the video on the YouTube screen, and I'm just going to view it from my webcam stream if ever I need to hold something up, because it is annoying me, the fact that, you know, the stream picture is so far behind again, despite the fact I've set it to low latency, so whatever, but... Right, see you, SpongeBob. It feels a bit cramped on your face, but it's not too heavy or anything. This satchel is certainly not made cheaply and poorly. Oh shit. What was that? I don't know what I dropped then. Oh, it's my new vape. I hope I haven't broken it. That seems alright. But not the... Somebody did say, can you vape with a gas mask on, so I'll just prove that the filters probably block the airflow, so let's try this. Yeah. None of the vape goes through the mask, for anybody asking about that. So anyway, yeah. I certainly wouldn't consider this a poor quality satchel. It's got a big main compartment, it's got a front compartment, it's made out of this like nice vinyl stuff. You can attach it to a belt at the back. This is a really nice satchel bag. I don't know how you can dislike this satchel. That's annoying, Richard, but at least hopefully that's an easy fix. Yeah, I've got the MP4B in this room, but I'll wear that on a different stream. Yeah, a TF1 for plus a filter for £4. Yeah, definitely get it. Is it free postage? Yeah. Well, you mean if they had like an Avon M50 or a Scott GSR design flying hell, then yes, but they wouldn't really be a cheek filter mask then, would they, if the filters could be done from outside? It should have a date on it somewhere, Steve. There should be a date somewhere on the mask. Let me have a look on mine to show you. Just a second. I'm pretty sure there is anyway. Give me a minute. So there's a Nokia M61. This is my very first gas mask, this one. Somewhere. There is a date on these. It might be under the seal. Let's just put the strap around there so I can get the inside. I'm pretty certain there is a date somewhere on this. Whether or not yours is like one like mine that might just be very faded. That could always be a possibility. You might actually have got me on that, Steve. Maybe they didn't put production stamps on all of these. There should be a thumbs up button you can press somewhere, Aaron. And hello to everybody joining. Yeah, if it's free postage, definitely go for it. But yeah, don't forget to like the stream, everybody. I'm just going to be messing about with this for a minute to see if I can find a date on it for Steve. Help if I have my glasses on for this, but I don't. Is there something on the exhale valve? 12588. I reckon that's your date. If I hold that up and the autofocus focuses on it, which I bet it won't do, I reckon on the exhale valve there, the cover for the exhale valve, see that? I reckon that's the 12th of the 5th, 1988. I reckon that is your date. Yep, this is the same mask Mike has. Hello, Peach. Let's get that thing back on. There we go. But yeah, this is the first gas mask I ever owned, this one. It'll protect you from alpha radiation, Robert, but it might not give you very good protection from beta. If it's the M10M and it comes with a satchel, yeah, that's not a bad price. Right, I'm going to take the mask off now because I want to drink some of my cup of tea. So let's see if I can actually loosen this thing. I might put it on a bit later in the stream if people want me to put it back on, because I'm not wearing a helmet this stream. I could put some masks on. Just do that. There we go. And I'll put the glasses on so I can actually read the chat better. So hopefully you enjoy having a gas mask on at the beginning of this stream, and I'll definitely wear another gas mask a bit later, because if I'm going for, you know, another hour and 50 odd minutes, there's the cheeky promotion Mark 5 mug. You might notice there's tea in it today, but it's got no milk in it. It's green tea. It's gingerbread flavoured green tea. I think it was a Twinings one. I think that's one somebody bought me years ago, potentially, as like a birthday gift, like a really weird birthday gift. And I've barely drank any, but there we go. It does really smell of gingerbread, actually. It's still a bit too hot to drink. That's quite nice. Green tea without milk in it, especially when it's slightly favoured green tea. I quite like green tea with lemon in, actually. I think when I was in Poland on holiday, green tea with lemon was quite a popular drink there. Yeah, that's what I'd guess, Steve. I think you're totally correct there. As far as I'm aware, Finland does the date the same way we do in the UK rather than the US. So I doubt that's the 5th of December. I imagine that's the 12th of May. Yeah, 12th of May. Well, the SLR is a variant of the FN FAL, but it's an SLR. Let me get it, because it's in this room. Mine's got a bit of dust on it. Yeah, this isn't too bad a satchel. Yeah, it's pretty compact, isn't it? Yeah, this is my MP4B. Tell you what, let's do a quick comfort comparison. Yeah, that's cool. Don't worry for people who can only pop in for a minute, and sorry if I'm missing people's questions, because at the moment I'm quite keen on just answering gas mask questions. So. Oh, he's fogged up a bit. Just getting tight. Right, there we go. Comfort-wise, I'm not really sure too much how these compare. I know the Polish MP4 is technically closer to the US M17. The Forshida is better than the S10, but I prefer the CT12 and FM12 to the Forshida, if that makes sense. Now, if I was able to get a Forshida F2, I might actually like that more than the FM12 CT12. But as I just have the Forshida A4, the civilian variant, which has less features, you know, I don't like that as much, but it's still a very, very good mask. It's better than the S10. Yeah, it's definitely better than the S10 in my opinion. Right, let's go back to the stream. I've got an RPK, Antonis, but not an AK. What, the GP5, Aaron, are you on about? GP5. See that one at the back there? That's a GP5M in black. But if you had that mask in white, without the voice diaphragm on it, that's just the GP5. I can't get a GP5 on because there's one on the wall that I'm not going to get down because it's in an awkward place to put back away. And my other GP5 isn't stored in this room. Yeah, the thing is, Steve, is the M61 is a really good mask, because basically, you might know this already, the US in the I think it was just after World War II, it might have been the very early 1950s at the latest, they came up with a mask called the M9 and then the M9A1. And that was a really, really good designed mask. And then when the Finns bought a production license for it, the M61 that they made is an improved M9. It's an M9 with better straps and it's got a peripheral seal. So the M61 is a really, really good mask. It's much better than the M17 and things. You know, I'd say that the Finnish M61s were one of the best masks of the Cold War. If they'd have made it in 40mm, you know, it'd have been even better, but I don't have any World War I gas mask ferret except for one replica. That's weird. So you got your you got an MP5 and sorry, an MP4, and rather than getting an MP4 with 2 filters, it came with 3 filters, but they were all for the right cheek. That's annoying. I'm not going to get that on straight away. I'll put it on a bit later when I've had some of my tea. When I finish my cup of tea, I might get that GP5 down, or I might wear the Chinese mask next to it. I only do it with the voice diaphragm masks going. Wouldn't be very good for a stream, would it? Try putting a film. The PMG I've had no problems with, no. Well, I've had eBay packages not turn up, and then obviously had to get them refunded, which has never been a problem because it's on eBay. But I've had to wait a couple of weeks for some things that have turned up. Creamy cake, the Draeger M65, like that one. I wouldn't really recommend cheap filter masks. The Finnish M61, as we talked about already in this stream, I'd recommend that one. I thought I put that behind me somewhere, I can't see it now. Oh, there it is, it comes over. So yeah, Finnish M61s, recommend them for getting for like the £10 sort of price they often cost, £10 to £20. But I've done videos recommending cheap surplus masks. Polish MC1s and the Czech CM3s, Czech CM4s. Yeah, exactly, Steve. And it's good, comfortable mask, isn't it? Yeah, that would be cool, Aaron. This isn't quite a deerstalker hat. I've got a Czech hat that's like a deerstalker, but this one isn't a deerstalker. Apparently this camo pattern, it's quite interesting. I'll lean a bit closer to the camera so you can see it. But apparently this camo pattern is specifically designed for mechanics, not to act as camouflage, but actually so if they get oil and grease on their work uniforms, it doesn't really show up, so they don't have to wash them as often. Yeah, I've got 2 Polish MC1s. I've got loads of helmets. Watch my helmet collection video, because in this stream I'm not actually wearing a helmet, whereas a lot of other streams I am wearing helmets. So it's smelly as fuck yours, Steve, is it? And you can't get the smell out. Yep. The thing is with the CM4 is if it had a better peripheral seal, I would really highly rate it. But the reason I like the Israeli M15 the most out of the Draeger M65 clones I've used is it's the only one I've got that's really comfortable and makes a good face seal. A lot of them are either comfortable and don't seal very well, or they'll seal alright, but they're quite uncomfortable. There's 2 like that, the Shocker, there's the Scott GSR and the Avon M50. That's very good, Mike. Hope you're looking forward to it. Did you have a nice birthday yesterday? I know we were chatting with you for quite a bit of it anyway, but... My vape thing we were on about yesterday came today, and I've given it a bit of a charge and put some of my old cherry liquid in there that I had. And this is, yeah, really effective. What's quite good on this that I didn't even realise is it's got one of those things so you can edit alter how much airflow goes in. So you can have almost no airflow, or whoops, don't want to rotate the entire cap. Or you can rotate that so you get loads of airflow coming through. I'm not going to vape on stream, but or not vape very much on stream, but just to demonstrate this for people who so this is called a 4Vap. I don't know, was there another brand called 4Vape, so they couldn't take the name, but yeah, it seems pretty good. It makes quite a lot of what would you call it, vape, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty efficient. It means I can get nicotine quickly. Because we were chatting about this in Mike's streams, but one of the weird things of ulcerative colitis is that nicotine actually helps it. Like, actually, obviously smoking wouldn't help it much, but nicotine itself does, just simply for the fact that nicotine is an immunosuppressant to a degree. And because you see your immune system's trying to kill you, basically. Alright, cool. Yeah, well, if that means you're not going to be on for a stream, that's fine with me, Mike, because as I said with Saturday, I'd have to rush to see it anyway if it was going to be an earlier stream. Did you use the wrong kind of charger for it, Callum? Because if you're using a decent vape, it shouldn't ever set on fire if you're using the proper charger for it. Yeah, we'll see, Mike, won't we? But as I said, I'll show you how to cut the liner. Use a sander, that's the easiest thing. Because, yeah, all you have to do is go around the inside several times with a sander, see if it fits. If it doesn't, you know, sand it again. No, I've not got any outserts for my FM12. I'm sure you can probably get them on eBay. I don't want to try that, Beeben, on this stream, because it's a bit disgusting sticking a brand new vape up your nose, but yes, in theory, you can breathe a vape through your nose, because as long as you're inhaling, you're just sucking the air through, basically, aren't you? So. Ferret, my favourite gas mask, the Avon CT12. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a very, very cheap Chinese vape. I mean, I'm sure the better quality made in China vapes are fine, but... You might have to cut a bit of the fabric liner out for that, Mike, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure somebody like you, if you wanted to put some of the foam back in, would have no issue. As long as you didn't trim too much, Flying Hell, I don't think it would. My next video, you can actually see what it is if you look, because it's scheduled, and it's a premiere, is the torture test on the MC1. Not the MC1, the PDF, sorry. One of them. And you already will have know it passed the test. The GP5M is better because it has a voice diaphragm on it. Because I like them, Raymond. Weapon Collector was one of the main channels that inspired me on here, and he's in the chat at the moment. I got it from Amazon, Callum. Because I had this one. I've got basically, if you want to know the vapes I've had over the years, because I've only thrown my Ego away, and that was just because it kept leaking, and it was out of warranty and everything anyway. This is like the most expensive one I bought, and it's got one of those big units on it, but the problem is, because I'm not using expensive cartomizers with it, it's still not brilliant. You can adjust the wattage and everything on this one. But it's not very convenient to go in your pocket because it's that weird sort of shape and size. The one I end up using a lot is just the one that looks like a cigarette, but the problem with this one is it doesn't have a very good battery life, and it's more expensive to buy the refills because you're not buying them as e-liquid, you're buying like the replaceable cartomizers. But the Ego was fine while it lasted. It was just that, you know, often it would keep falling over and then like the liquids would leak out. But this thing's pretty ideal because it would still go in a lot of pockets and sit upright. So it's more like the size, I think, like Mike was saying, of a torch, rather than, if we compare these size-wise, it's a much more convenient size, this one, than that one, for going in a pocket. Well, if they're under 18, or whatever the legal age of smoking is wherever you are, I guess they shouldn't really be vaping. I mean, it's better if they're vaping than smoking real cigarettes, because it's obviously going to do less damage with vaping, but, you know. If you're old enough to get one, and you're going to use it to get off of smoking, then yes. Let's have a think. What would be an interesting mask for you to get, Simon? Have you already got a Polish MP4B? Because if you haven't, that's an interesting mask to get with the drinking tube attachment on it. You can probably get one of those fairly cheap, I imagine, Simon. Are you saying hello from Italy? Pietro, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Hello to Italy. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody, if you haven't liked it yet. Just because I'll keep reminding everybody, just because it helps the videos get shared better. My favourite Soviet mask is the SHMS. Or SHMS. I've already done a video on that VS, but it's not live yet. But it wasn't a good conversion, it was just, like a quick and easy way to do it, but there's not really any point, to be honest. If you want a 40mm mask, you get a decent 40mm mask. You press the like button, Aaron. Yeah, I've been to loads of different countries in Europe, Gabrielle, but I'm not going to keep repeating where I've been on every stream just because it gets irritating. We'll see in a minute if you can vape through a gas mask without a filter on. I'm sure you can, but we'll try that just for the sake of it'll be a laugh in the video. I'll probably have to try it with a 40mm mask, I imagine, for the actual, like, you know, vapor to go through better. Yeah, I've been to Greece. I haven't been to mainland Greece, but I've been to, you know, Rhodes in Greece, like the Rhode Island, but not obviously US Rhode Island, the Greek Rhode Island. I've been to most places in the UK, Callum. It's probably been quite a while since I've been to Liverpool, but I haven't been to Liverpool. Yeah, that might work, but you'd have to get the same generation, I think, Mike. Because I know the Mark IIIs have a better kind of liner insert than the older ones. Because, like, my old Mark I, all that has is the shell and then a bit of polystyrene on the inside and, like, some cushion pads on the polystyrene. Whereas the Mark III has, like, the proper removable kind of, like, crash helmet inside liner. Yeah, I've been to Leeds and like a lot of places in Yorkshire. I haven't been to Leeds in ages though. If I went to Leeds again, I'd definitely go to the Armoury. You know, like the Armoury Museum, Leeds Armoury. Anybody done anything particularly interesting today? I just filmed a video on radiation that was quite interesting. Had some unexpected results for that. With the old Geiger counter. Not really, Jacob. I mean, yeah, if you had an NBC hood that sealed over the front of the mask, then I suppose you could get around that, but... Well, you might find the video I filmed today, then, Weapons and Survival, quite interesting. It was testing what materials would block beta radiation in terms of clothing. Is that good evening, Robert? I know guten is good. Oh, good, sorry. Not easily. The SHMS that sort of works with, but not for the GP5, because it's got the lenses at that sort of angle where you need them to be more frontal. Ah, that's good, Mike. Was that the one you got from the car boot sale, or wherever it was? That's cool, Flying Hell. What did you test it with? Like guns or like crossbows or something? Well, favourite video I made, that's annoying, because sometimes my most popular videos aren't my favourite ones. I reckon actually one of my like Halloween parodies I've enjoyed more. Because generally I enjoy the videos more that are more fun to actually make. You know, where sometimes that's different for people watching them. Okay, there's two I'm going to recommend to you, Simon. So either Polish MP4B or the Finnish M61. I didn't even know there was a channel called the Great War Channel. Is that in the US? I've never seen that on Freeview. Have you got the spaces in properly, Aaron? Because it sounds more like you've got a problem with like the spaces or something where you do the screw up. It is asbestos, Robert, because they used to put an asbestos layer in it apparently to absorb moisture.
Yeah, if you can get a C3 for £15, get it, because they seem to be a lot more expensive than that now, but it's like the light anti-gas respirator Mark III, technically. Yep. I haven't got it near any radioactive sources at the moment. My tea's not radioactive. At least I hope it's not. Because that would be a cut from Putin, I guess, if my tea was radioactive. Yeah, my Yugo M1's fine, Steve, but people have reported they melt, but I don't know if they've ever provided photos of them melted. I don't know who that person is, however your name's pronounced, but if it was somebody that was blocked, they were probably blocked for being a dickhead. What, the most expensive in the world, Alex? The most expensive I own? The most expensive I own is the XM28. I have no idea in the entire world. No, I wouldn't recommend a GSR. No, I don't own a GP9 2016 model. Can you actually turn the volume up on this? Options. Sound. Volume. Ah, no, it's already at full. It's the weird thing is, looking at that, it looks like it's got a volume thing you can put higher, but I don't think it can. So I don't know what that thing is next to the volume one. Vision. Brightness free. Put it back on that mode. Because it was not a massively produced mask. My newest mask, in terms of the newest mask I've bought, or the newest mask in terms of production date I've got. I suppose that's not too bad, Alex, because a lot of them here are like £40. Which particular mask is it? Cool. The newest mask that I bought was probably the 2 PDFs I did the video on. Yeah, but which one, Alex? The civilian one? The civilian duty one? The light anti-gas respirators or the general service respirators? No, I don't know what that mask is. Flying House, so I don't have that one. You have to be a bit more specific when you say M1, because I don't know if you're referring to a mask or a rifle or what. Is which one Chernobyl gas mask? I mean, they had the PDFs in Chernobyl because they were mass-produced civilian masks. Oh, the Yugo M1. Right, yeah, I wasn't even thinking of a Yugoslavian one then. I was thinking of, like, American things when you were saying M1. But yeah, I know what mask you mean now. Well, not officially shot zombie because, of the export ban. But there's a lot in Germany. Because you can buy them from German sellers. That's how I got mine. But in the UK, they wouldn't really have any reason to be here. Civilian mask, no, I wouldn't pay $60 for that, Alex. They're like £20 here, if that. Anybody that starts chatting about like extreme political stuff gets the boot. Right, I'm waiting for some interesting stuff in the chat now rather than people arguing with each other. I've only got the Jigsaw shorts, and I quite like those, so I don't know about the trousers, but if the trousers are like the shorts, then yeah. You mean actual gorillas fighting each other, because that's what you just spout out. No, I don't have any books on that. Fallout 4's okay, I prefer New Vegas. Well, that is correct, Steve, if you're referring to the Spanish fighting Napoleon, and the term everybody uses now. What are they, model planes, Alex? I don't know. Stuka, because I like the Stuka. What's the thermal video you're on about, No Manink? You on about the night vision one? Because I've not done anything about that yet. It might still be quite a long time before I get round to that. Because as I said, I've only got one type of night vision myself I can actually show. £40 for an S10, yeah. If it's not falling apart, sure. Yeah, Swiss SM67. If you put a new filter on it, it should be fine. I don't actually know what the name of that South African... Do you know what the South African camo's called that looks like M81? Get the Finnish filters, Disco Folk, they're better. No, I will not stream Metro Exodus. What, the Yugoslav National Army? JNA? They're deactivated. That'll be cool, yeah, Mike. I'll catch you on that when you're on that. Once this stream finishes, I might get some biscuits to eat, but then I'll be on. I think I covered it, Jacob, in my camo collection video, but I don't have full Jigsaw, so I can't really do a Jigsaw test. Because it's pretty hard to get here where it's not horribly faded. I go with the Stuka personally, but that's just because I like Stukas. No, the only thing close to a Bowie knife I've got really is my that like reproduction Israeli knife. Let me have a Google of that, Shot Zombie. Let's try and get a picture up that's at decent resolution so I can actually see it. There's one that looks a bit like woodland, just in like darker colours. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. Again, I suppose it depends where you're using it, but I suppose in South Africa it's probably quite a good camo. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a bit of the US chocolate chip desert camo though, but just in different colours actually, how it's got like little speckles on it. Ah yeah, you just said that, 6 colour desert combined, yeah. Well, as I said, I've not got any outserts for a CT12 FM12, so I can't recommend any. I'm not buying anything on camera at the moment, no Manink. My favourite digital camo? When you say digital, do you mean a pixel pattern, or do you mean like an actual sort of Marpat kind of camo? Alright, hello to Serbia as well. Well, I've never used multicam, but I like British MTP, and that seems to work quite well here. Especially in the summer, when we get quite dry summers. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. But I suppose it depends. You always have problems if you go for a jack-of-all-trades thing compared to specialised camos. Pixel pattern? Probably Marpat then. Yeah, I'd say Marpat if you want me to recommend an actual pixel pattern rather than, you know, a camo that's digitally created if you know, want that. I can't show my air guns because they're locked in the gun safe, and that's not in this room. Alright, I'll finish my cup of tea in a minute. Don't forget, if you want merchandise to drink your tea out of, or wear a shirt and support the channel, you can do. And then I'll put another gas mask on to start chatting with people again, just because it's a bit more visually interesting. Gingerbread burns your throat a little bit on that. Not unpleasant, just... Well, not burns, but you know what I mean. Like if you have cinnamon. Which mask? I'll go back to this one. There we go. They're deactivated. Or do you mean what models of them? Lee Enfield in an FN FAL or SLR. Probably the M2000, I'd assume, Robert, but I don't actually have one. Well, the stream's been on for 44 minutes so far, and I'll probably go on for another hour or so. That's not in the description anymore, Peach, so that's not going to help him. Because how the new YouTube thing works, I'd have to manually copy and paste it in every time, and people ignore that on purpose, so... Yes, No Man Inc., you can check that for yourself, and you didn't bother. Well done. We've already talked about this several times during the stream. I don't have it in this room, Gabriel, so I can't.
Just do something you're interested in, shot zombie, and just keep at it. Try and use a camera that doesn't look awful. Try and stabilise the videos with a tripod or something. There's lots of videos on YouTube that could be good if the people had, like alright lighting and weren't waving a camera around like a shaky cam vertical video with a phone. So yeah, try and make the videos to a decent enough quality, and just do something you're passionate about. That's all I can recommend, really. It's worked for me so far. Yeah, the best Swedish Mars 16 that I know of is the Swedish Forshida or Forshada, however it's called, F2. I quite like them. Taylor doesn't mean I like the governments that made them. Can you do it like a parody peach of some sort of Vietnam film? No, they're not good for long time use, Snowman Ink. I've never tried it properly, Flying Hell. I did do a video discussing the subject matter though. I'll do one with Weapon Collector, that'll be it. Impossible for me to say. Not that I don't want to say, it's just impossible to say. I actually wonder if something's happened to the top strap on this mask. Yeah, that's cool, Disco Folk. Let me have a look at these top straps. Oh yeah, that's not the way it should be. That's interesting. So what's happened here then? The straps somehow come out of there. I don't quite know how. It's meant to just pull through here. Probably very, very boring for everybody watching. I'm trying to figure out what's gone wrong with the strap on this particular mask. Strange. Oh well. Let's put the good finish one back on. I'll bet that will muffle my voice, won't it, if I put this on? I'm assuming this is going to be really muffled now if I try and speak through this. How does the thing look in OBS? I think that's going to be impossible, Robert, buying stuff on the internet without using a credit card. Well, I know there's Bitcoin and stuff like that, but PayPal requires you to have a credit card or bank account linked to it. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, Fico. Which point when you're asking? Were you asking when I was wearing the Czech M10? Taylor? That's the Czech M10M. That one. I don't need to share the stream everywhere, it's more just people liking it helps.
Don't know what you mean by the ones that cause fights, no man ink. But I mean, I don't care about e-drama, if that's what you're on about. The watch I'm wearing right now, that's an Orient Mako 2. Yeah, GP5's alright, just don't use the filter. But, you know, it'll work as a mask. Yeah, I'd agree, Steve, but as I said, I don't ever want to really, you know, encourage stuff. Like I said, there seems to be no point, you know, of a lot of this sort of stuff, trying to get too into it, because I think a lot of it is just, he said, she said sort of stuff, isn't it? It's in the other room, James, so no, if you mean the Mark IV Osprey vest. Oh, hang on. What was that? The Geiger just beeped then. That was interesting. I'll turn it off because otherwise it's going to distract me. I've never seen any for sale shot zombie. I'm not actually into any prepper stuff really. Space Ant, if you watch my videos. I prefer coffee, but I drink tea anyway. Oh no, radioactive ghost. Not the radioactive ghost. Yes, Dad said, don't forget to like the stream. I sound like Bela Lugosi. It's been right here, Simon. I've got a retro Polish one as well. That's cool, so you got it for free then, did you, Shot Zombie? No, I've never really read any Terry Pratchett, Richard. What, the shirt I'm wearing? This is just a cheap polo shirt. There's nothing special about it. I don't know any famous Gorbachev quotes. Yeah, you're riding me in New Vegas now, Peach. Not my German accent is not good, Robert. No, I don't have a G3. There's a Fowler, a British L1A1 SLR, but I don't have a G3. Probably over 100 Gabriel. But I've not got a list anymore where I keep track of them, so I'm going to assume over 100. I know what the ones you mean, the yellow ones, don't you, Shot Zombie? The cool yellow ones. Is it the one that you can put the alpha probe on, or is it just the gamma detecting ones? I've never looked properly into it, Steve, because I know it's not something you should really mess about with unless you need to use it to save your life. But I'm assuming it somehow gets in between the nerve agent blocking your nerve receptors, and you know what the nerve agent does. What, doing the stream or doing YouTube? That's cool. Not doing YouTube videos. I've been doing this for 7 years yesterday, but I've been collecting stuff longer than that. Which one are you on about with the elephant gas mask? You on about the kids mask? eBay. I'd always recommend eBay for buying surplus. What, like the spacesuit kind of looking ones, Peach? There are old, like, hazmat suits that sort of look like that. Oh, dosimeter, yeah, so the thing that measures your accumulative dose of radiation. Well, historically the L1A1 SLR, but as I'm in the UK, obviously I don't have any live firing firearms. I'm pretty sure there's some old, No, Robert, this is my first proper YouTube channel. I did videos for some other people's channels before this. So you will be able to, I think, on YouTube still find some videos I'd obviously made that went on other people's channels, like to help them out. But, this is my first proper YouTube channel. This was already asked James, completely unable to know. Probably several £1,000s worth. But again, it's only worth what people are willing to pay for it, and then I'd also have to be willing to sell it. Which mask did you mean when you said the elephant one? Do you mean the PDF masks? The person who asked that earlier? No, I don't have an L85. No, I'm not looking for wife. The IP5, if you mean a rebreather, doesn't use a filter, it uses a scrubber unit. And it would have, there might be videos where somebody cuts one open, but it's like some sort of weird crystalline stuff, I think, that causes the chemical reaction. But I certainly would never cut open a rebreather canister. Well, if legally, because obviously I'm only going to talk about legal stuff on here, if I could get one legally, and it wasn't too expensive and I could actually make use of it, then sure, I get something like a Ruger 1022. But I don't really have any need for one, to be completely honest with you. Depends what you mean by an SAS gas mask. Do I have masks the SAS have used along with the other bits of the British Army? Yes. Do I have a mask specifically that was owned by an SAS guy? No. Well, if you mean just the gas mask the SAS used, they used the S10, they used the CT12, they've used the S6, so yeah, I've got masks the SAS have used, but not ones used by people in the SAS, if that makes sense. No, I don't have a karambit, that gets asked like every stream, I don't have a karambit. When you say hats, do you mean helmets, or do you mean hats? I've got some caps, and I've got helmets, but... £21 sounds like a very good price for an IP4 with all the accessories, but don't use a rebreather on it, please. That's interesting, Steve. I quite like that Carl Gustav recoilless rifle one, but really, because I've obviously never shot RPGs, I've never, or any sort of the rocket launcher kind of things, I've never looked too much into them, if that makes sense. Buying old rebreathers is fine, it's just don't mess about with them. What, like the old NBC suits, is that when you say charcoal suits? Shot zombie. Oh, cool, we're at 60 likes now, that's quite good. 29 concurrent viewers, or 61 likes. No, I don't sell anything. Yeah, there's definitely IP5s on eBay, because I've seen them quite a few times. Yeah, I've got a Mark 7, I've got a video on it, James. I've got the cover for it as well. I don't think the Mark 7's a particularly bad helmet, because a lot of people didn't seem to like it, but it seems fine to me. While I'm waiting for some more comments to come in, I'm going to tidy up some of these masks. Because I don't like having loads of stuff left sort of laying about. It sort of irritates me a bit. Because I know I'm going to have to tidy it up when I end the stream. So I'm just going to start tidying some of these up now, and then when some more questions come in, I'll start answering the questions again. For all the reasons I've explained in the videos where I've talked about it, Robert, they're not good masks. $38 for an IP4 if it's a complete set is probably a good price. The mask I just put in the satchel is an MP4B, the one with the drinking tube. I've got the regular MP4 as well. Come on, close up. There we go. Oldest mask iron's probably one of my interwar, either German or British masks, but you know, like the ones from like the late 30s, but again, some of them, the dates have pretty much rotted off the masks, so I can't tell. About £50, James. £50-60. This one I was sent for free, which was nice, by a guy called Ziggy Jinx, who does metal detecting videos, and he was sent it to review, and then he couldn't really review it, so he asked me would I like it, so I said yes. The old Polish one I think was about £50, and I bought it from B Store a few years ago. No, I just work a blue collar job, you know, actually go out and do stuff. Probably Call of Duty 4, I'd say, is my favourite COD, but I haven't played all that many CODs. I don't actually know of the M61 what it's made from. I assume it'd be some sort of... I think it'd be too early to be a butyl mask. It might be some sort of latex. I really don't know, to be honest. I don't think it's silicone. So I'd assume it's like thick latex, but I don't actually know. It depends what sort of money you're talking about, that Seb. Tell me how much you're seeing them for, and then I'll tell you if I'd pay that or not. My favourite mask, Brad, is the Avon CT12. No, I've got one Mark 7, one helmet of each type's enough for me. Well, I like my Dacia Sandero, so I don't have any reason to want to get rid of it, flying hell. Right, see ya, Gabrielle. Or Gabriel, however your name's pronounced. Right, see you ARP Warden, although I didn't see you comment before. So you said got to go, but I didn't see you say hello at all. Yep, GSR isn't a very good mask. Well, I like the old GSRs, you know, like those GSRs, but not the modern GSRs. I will in the summer. I'll definitely try and get a video done of that in the summer at some point. No, sadly I've not been to America. Would love to go to the US, but as I said, I might hopefully do it next year. I hope you're in a country where that's legal then. The Hungarian civilian mask. I can never remember its name. M76 or something like that it's called, but just because I have it in the biggest size apparently and it still doesn't fit me properly and it's pretty uncomfortable. It looks very cool, don't get me wrong, it looks like a cool mask, it's just not very good. That's right, James. You've at least not been asking me what's my favourite gas mask like 10 times like some people do, so I don't mind those. Depends what panoramic mask you get. If it's $80 for an MSA Millennium, I wouldn't pay that for one. I'm trying to think. Could you get one of these? A Scott M98 or a Scott Pro mask for less money? Because if you could get one of these for if you could get one of these masks for less, then yeah, this would be an alright mask to get. The only issue is some people have been telling me they've had lots of Polish MP5s recently, or they've bought them and like the rubber's in really bad condition, so as much as the MP5s I've bought I've had no problems with, I know a lot of people have complained about them, so the only issue of the MP5 DATSEB seems to be the quality control might be all over the place. Alright, thank you if you enjoy the videos. Right, let's do that test that people keep asking me about on the stream. Right, so I'll make sure I'm in frame. Right, so there we go. Right, let's see, can you vape through a mask? The answer is yes, because I can taste it, but not all that well. Could you get that through the valve a bit more, maybe? But yeah, not all that efficiently. To answer the question about that. No, I'm not from Yorkshire. I prefer this to the PPM88. Bear in mind my GP9's damaged, so that doesn't bode well with the reliability of them. Yeah, that sounds like a good price, but I don't actually know which the mag mask is. I don't think they actually are those Shot Zombie. I'm pretty sure it's a mould made from the Israeli mask. Because if you actually look... Oh, my hair looks awful there. It looks like I've got a bald streak running down my head where it's that mask. The strap's parted my hair. Should put the cap back on. What was I going to say? I'm pretty sure those bong masks, because they're often sold for less than a surplus Israeli mask, are actually just made from a mould, especially because some are in like weird colours. At some point, if I can buy one, I don't really want to buy one online, I might buy one of those bong masks and then see if I can actually analyse it, you know, like take bits off of it and work out if it ever was a 4A1. I'm pretty sure they're made from a mould. I've been doing an hour and 10 minutes, but I don't think I'll go to 2 full hours on this chat just because I'm getting quite hungry now. Because I've not had loads of caffeine today and I don't want to have a coffee at this time of night. I'm feeling a bit tired now, so although I'll stay up and watch Mike's stream. Alright, see you, James. I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I might stream tomorrow, I think, a bit earlier. So, I might stream tomorrow somewhere between 10 AM and, like 2 PM or something. I'll do an announcement on my thing when I know what time I'm going to do it, but... Achtung, Mike. Ja. But does it have asbestos in it, though, Shot Zombie? Did you see the latest episode, Peach? Not that I want to spoil it for people, although I'm sure they already know about it, but did you enjoy the completely stupid military tactics demonstrated in that episode? Like charging light cavalry into a massive infantry formation. And putting your trebuchets in front of your main infantry. Oh, hope you're all safe then, Lone Star. Yeah, I'll be on for a little bit longer, but not all that much longer. Okay. Well, I'm not a massive Game of Thrones fan anyway, but don't get too excited for it, Peach. That's all I can say. No, I don't have any lead line suits. Right, see you, Anthony. I'm getting really hungry. I'm wondering what I'm going to have for my, food. I might do some rice, actually. Just have some rice with a bit of sauce. I reckon that might be nice. What do you guys reckon? Yep, I'm going to stream tomorrow, Lone Star, definitely. But tomorrow I'm probably going to stream in the afternoon UK time, not the evening. Because it's currently 9:11 here. But I'm probably tomorrow. Thursday I'll stream in the evening again. But I reckon tomorrow I might... Because I won't make a YouTube video tomorrow because I'm so far ahead at this point. So I'm not going to have all that much to do tomorrow. So I'm probably just going to do a stream in the afternoon. Yeah, I've played Minecraft, but I never really got into it. Don't think we have any chicken nuggets, sadly, Peach. Yeah, that's a Lee Enfield. That's a number 1 Mark III. And that's an L1A1 SLR. We always get onto food on these bloody streams. Same with Mike's. But yeah, I've not had any proper food today because I've just been eating kind of snack things throughout the day. Because I found with my ulcerative colitis... We always bring this up as well, my bloody UC. But I found with my ulcerative colitis that eating smaller meals more often seems to be better than eating bigger meals. It's more likely to lead to stomach pains and bloating and whatever else if I eat bigger meals. So often, I often find eating more snacks throughout the day is actually better for me than trying to eat one big meal. No, they're deactivated because I'm in the UK. Sadly, I can't get it down because all the masks are in front of it, but I've got lots of other videos where I've gotten it down and shown it. Yeah, the Avon FM12 is one of my favourite masks. My favourite mask is actually the CT12, which is the version of it without the drinking tube, that's designed to be lighter weight. But CT12s are quite hard to get hold of. But yeah, an FM12 I'd certainly recommend. I've never had any possessed gas masks or anything like that, Robert. Yeah, I suppose everybody breathes as well, but we don't talk about breathing too much, Richard. I haven't had a proper full English breakfast in quite a while. Right, cheers, DJ Littlebird. But yeah, Yeah, I could go for a couple of sausages, baked bean, black pudding, fried eggs, fried bread. Oh, it sounds lovely. Did I mention the baked beans? Baked beans as well. No, I'm not going to have that. Not at this time of day. Yeah, fried bread is the one thing I really like that a lot of people sadly don't seem to include in full English breakfast. But if you don't know, fried bread is literally where you get some bread and rather than toasting it, you fry it in a frying pan with oil. Yeah, it's not healthy. Yeah, stop it. But yeah, it's delicious, but certainly not healthy. But, you know, just greasy bread. Yeah, if you're going to do beans with toast, Shot Zombie, melt some cheddar cheese on the toast before you put the beans on. So you've got the toast with the molten cheese on it, and then the baked beans. Oh, my mouth's watering now. Oh, I like mayonnaise, but sadly the problem with mayonnaise is because I have ulcerative colitis, that can sometimes make my UC a bit funny. Are you in the UK, DJ Littlebird? If you're in the UK, you can go on sites like D&B Militaria, and there's a few others, and then you can buy them on there. Oh, sounds lovely, Lone Star Patriot. Is that bad for your gout, Mike? Fried bread? Because I imagine that's something that might set that off, I don't know. Because, like, that's the same thing with me, not obviously with gout, but with ulcerative colitis. There's lots of foods that I fucking love, but, you know, I know that if I eat them regularly or too big a portion of them, that they're going to make me in fucking agony with my stomach. Yeah, D&B Military is where I got all my deactivated guns from. But the problem is now a lot of deactivated guns are a lot more expensive than they used to be. Yeah, well, if it's okay, Mike, I'd go for it. if you're able to eat it, yeah, go for it. Tell you what I'm going to have tonight then, before Mike starts his stream. I'm going to have a bowl of rice, not sure what kind of rice yet, I'll look what's in the cupboard. And I'll have that with some garlic mayo. Because I'm not working or anything tomorrow, if it upsets my stomach, so be it. Hello, person with letters and numbers in their name. Is that like a type of German sausage, Robert? Don't think I have. I've had like salami and stuff and different kinds of sausages, but I don't think I've ever tried like specifically German ones. I mean, you can get those, what are they called, Frankfurters, which are like the German variants of like a hot dog, but I suppose that's probably not a proper German sausage, is it? Well, I ought to try more things with lard, because you can buy lard really cheaply here, Shot Zombie. It's like cheaper than a lot of the cooking oils, like a block of lard. So really I ought to try frying more stuff in lard. But yeah, I'm getting really hungry now, thanks guys. But at least I suppose I can go and get food in 10 minutes or something. What's French toast? Let me search it, because it might be one of those things that... bread soaked in eggs and milk, then fried. Yeah, sounds interesting. Sounds like I'd like it. Black powder guns are allowed in the UK creamy cake, but I've read various... And like I said, I'm not going to give people legal advice, but... From what I understand of black powders, and this may be wrong, so please check with all the applicable things, blah blah blah. As far as I understand it, you can own a black powder firearm without any sort of license. However, some places won't sell them to you unless you've got a firearms or a shotgun certificate, just to cover themselves. But to buy the black powder itself, you need some sort of license for that. Well, as I said, I'm not really into the idea of buying MREs, but maybe I will at some point, because so many people seem to want me to do an MRE video. I wish I lived in a bunker, but I don't. Eggy bread. That's a great name, isn't it? Eggy bread. Oh, I'm just getting so hungry. What I like to do, though, with full English breakfast is to dip the fried bread in the fried egg, though. I like that. I know that's probably not quite the same thing, but... Because I collect them? Why do some people collect stamps? Well, I'm going to get the food when the stream ends, and then I'll have got my food ready or eaten it by the time Mike starts streaming some Fallout 4. Not Fallout 4, Fallout 76. Yeah, tell you what, I'll finish my stream at 9:30, then if Mike starts at 10 or later, I'll have had my dinner by then, because you can cook rice pretty quickly. Nah, that's alright. We've only got 10 minutes left on the stream, so if people want to talk about stuff other than food, please bring the topic up and then we can talk about it. Well, I reckon being underground in a bunker would be a bit depressing, getting no sunlight and everything, so I'd say a small castle. Because, you know, castles would be really nice, especially if you had a moat and everything around it. Yeah, like a small manor house castle, I reckon. But, you know, with the UK housing market, you know, if I was able to move out and the bunker was the only option I had, I'd take a bunker quite happily, to be honest. I've got lots of videos, Finn, suggesting different masks at different price points, so please just watch some of them, and then you get a better idea than what I can mention quickly in a minute on the stream. Yeah, cool then, that's what I'll do, Mike. I'll stop my stream at 9:30, and then if anybody here wants to watch Weapon Collector stream some of the awful Fallout 76, but we just generally like to have a chat, doesn't matter what the game is. Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow, Robert, but tomorrow I'm going to be streaming in the either late morning, early afternoon UK time. I'll confirm a time on my community tab tomorrow. Thursday I'll be streaming in the evening again. Friday will probably be an afternoon stream again. Saturday I won't be streaming because I'll be at work. Sunday I might stream after work if I've got the energy. I suppose if you don't mind climbing a load of ladders or stairs, that's alright, isn't it, Shot Zombie? Oxford area, I won't say any more than that, LT. You're giving them ideas now, Rich. Yeah, so what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to cook some rice. Just nice simple carbs from rice. Because we've got a few different flavours of rice in the cupboard, so I'll pick out which one I want. Don't know if I want egg fried rice. Don't know if I want pilau rice. Don't know if I want Thai sticky rice. Thai sticky rice tends to be one of my favourites, actually. We've probably got some golden rice in there. So cook a bowl of rice, and then just put some garlic mayo on it, and because I'm not working tomorrow, I'll risk it with the garlic mayo. I'll tell you what I can do. Once I've eaten it, I'll eat some activated charcoal tablets, and then that should absorb any of the gases that might blow up my stomach and make me feel very ill. They're deactivated so they don't shoot. Yeah, they're like welded shut and everything. Bart's on holiday soon, so probably not. I'll definitely do more streams with him at some point if he's up for it, and some of my other mates if they're ever up for it, but you know, it was more just last time I did a stream with Bart because he was over, and you know, it gives him some ideas for merch. Probably over 100, oh no, but I don't actually know because I've not got a list of them anymore. Oh, I don't think my UC would get on with sweet chili sauce, sadly, Mike. I say that, if it's the mild sweet chili stuff, then it'd be fine, I think. But yeah, in terms of the rice, yeah, often we buy I think I've done videos on like rationing kind of things. You know, like the 25p bags of rice from Aldi, where you boil them in water. But yeah, the 2-minute microwave rice is surprisingly nice, and we've been getting more and more of that recently. Because for not very much money, you can get a bag of microwavable rice, cans of tinned like curry, like, you know, tinned chicken curry or whatever, and you can for, you know, less than the price of a supermarket ready meal, you can get something that's, you know, lasts a lot longer in your cupboard, and you get a much bigger portion for a lot less money with, you know, a tin of chicken and whatever sauce and a microwave rice. Don't know anything about those, LT. Yeah, that'd be cool, Patriot. If you can safely get some footage of the tornado or whatever it was, or the hurricane that you're getting, please do. Yeah, tornado. Yeah. Yeah, if you get anything cool, a Lone Star, definitely film it, but obviously don't endanger yourself, because that's the most important thing. You and your family stay safe. But if you can get good footage, get some good footage. Sounds splendid, creamy cake. What we've also got, and I really need to get into the habit of using it more, because we bought it and barely anybody in the house uses it, even though it's brilliant when you use it, is we've got one of those toasty makers. You know, where you cut 2 slices of bread, essentially you make a sandwich, you shut the toasty, make a lid on it, and then you get like a really nice kind of toasted sandwich. No, it's a modern, like, all those bows in the background are modern fiberglass ones, so taking the string off is not really going to make any difference. I mean, yeah, if you had a wooden bow, I'd definitely recommend it, and I suppose with those bows, it probably wouldn't hurt to take the string off, but I'm really not concerned over a loss of maybe 1 or 2 pounds of draw weight energy. I mean, yeah, if it was wooden bow, it would be good advice. It's just for like modern, low draw weight kind of, you know, carbon fibre bows, there's not really any point. I want to read that in JC Denton's voice now, Benjamin. Nice head. That's probably not a very good version of JC Denton's voice. But did you get that head from the NSF? Yeah, I think ours is made by Breville, but yeah, it's one of those toasty ones. A few companies make them, but you know, it's like a sandwich press, isn't it? Where it makes... What I like doing is putting a load of cheddar cheese in, you know, and then putting it in with some other bits of filling, and then you get like the molten cheese in like a crispy outside. It's brilliant. I like the US, EJ Pilot. Don't know what you mean by what do you say about the US. I like the US. Weapon collector at weapon collector. Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, we've got loads of these like cooking accessories in the kitchen, but it seems we buy them, we use them for a bit, and then they gather dust and never get used again. Because I've got a rice cooker out there, which would be handy to use, that's gathering dust. We've got one of those proper milk frothers from putting in coffee, which never gets used anymore. My coffee machine I actually do still use because I like using that for coffee and it's nice and convenient, but we end up buying loads of like kitchen appliances that never get used for very long. I've got some pets, and I also volunteer at an animal shelter. Right, it's about an hour and a half now, isn't it, the stream, so I'll be finishing it up any minute now. So, thanks for watching, everybody. As said, I'll be on tomorrow, probably around, you know, any time between, I guess, 11 AM UK time to sort of 2 PM sort of time. Hot noodle I like, LT, but it's one of the things that with my ulcerative colitis tends to give me horrible stomach cramps, unfortunately. So it's one of those foods of, you know, I like to eat it, but it's bad for me to eat it. Cool, let me search that now, Lone Star, so I don't forget. Townsend and Son. Is it Townsend's YouTube? The one that has nearly 1 million subs, or like over 800,000 subs. I'm assuming it's this one. I'll subscribe and tick the bell because this seems to be interesting. Oh, Iron Man, you're too late with that because I'm just going to go off and eat now. But yeah, thank you everybody. See you all later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out. Cheers.